know, but people that believe in orderly procedure are very peculiar things to jump up in the meeting and start yelling. Marion?
Everybody and his mother knows that the police is the #1 problem in America. And if you all don't want to deal with that, that's your problem. But at least let me have a say-so and whether or not it's the kind of thing I want.
DC has its own police force. We have MPD, and while we all have our different opinions about the way the police is activated, DC has the right to self-govern and also self-patrol, and I don't think that we need federal interference for something that's not really an emergency by our definitions and the general sense.
I feel like it's a way to do everything. There is a crime issue. I would be a fool to say that there's not a crime issue in D.C. However, I feel like there's a way that you can do it successfully without harming people. It's like he has no morale with the things that he does.
Like she said, it is a way to do things, and I don't feel like that's the way to go about it.
What's going on is definitely whack, but hopefully it also brings attention to some of the things that we needed to solve and some of the problems that we already had. We've understood, and I think Baltimore has done a really good job of this, that we need to refocus on the youth, what the youth can do during the summertime, what the youth can do after school, and hopefully, this re-inspires us to think of different projects. And we also need to think about all the encampments that they are actually targeting and going around town and trying to get people out. Where are those people going? Affordable housing is something that's been pushed by Bowser in the past. We need to make sure that as we move on and maybe some new voices come to the arena in DC, that we still push that we need affordable housing. So it's whack, but hopefully we can still spin and find some new ways to bring DC into a better light.
So what role do you think, if any, should the government play in policing communities?
Well, first, I feel like the government has to start from a perspective of empathy.
I think, first of all, incarceration and actually jumping to punish people should not be the first role, or really the second role. I think, honestly, trying to come up with interventions before things get to the point of needing, some element of punishment should be the first role.
What role do you think us as residents and community members play in community policing? What can we do to kind of make sure that this issue gets done?
Ooh, when it comes to us, honestly, as difficult as it is sometimes to work with the police and to work with government officials from angles of just knowing that they have different perspectives, I think really showing ours, being vocal, showing up to, our council members' meetings, our ANC meetings, things like that, and really letting people know what we're seeing on the ground. But I really think ultimately using our voices, showing up in the masses and being in a position where we say, hey, look, this is not okay, we're not here for it, whether it's protesting, giving some type of grassroots effort, or just out here, voting with our feet and money and things like that. I think it's really collective efforts to show where we are and what we do and don't stand for.
Of course, I think that the people should follow laws and do what they have to do, but that doesn't mean they're going to. And then, again, you have to think about the circumstances that a lot of people are in. DC has crisis, homeless crisis, they got housing crisis, they have food crisis. It's a big crisis here that a lot of people are not seeing. Like, people go home, they don't have no food. So, they choose to do the things that they do so they can survive.
Complaining has some negative connotations sometimes, but complain. Go to your ANC meetings, go to your community boards, show up at your kids' schools or, your little brothers, little sisters, your cousins' schools, and just be present and be loud about what you think is wrong.